David and Lana, let's talk about it. Not my normal blunt opening, but that's because last week we did lose David Murphey. He passed away at the age of 66. My condolences to his family and friends. I'm truly heartbroken for you, and he was a character. I thought a great way to remember him would be to rehash the season that he was in. Now, he was in season 4, which also included Darcy, Big Ed, and baby girl Lisa. So I feel like David's story kind of got brushed to the side. But his story is one of the only shocking stories in the season. David, 60 from Las Vegas, meets Lana, 27 from the Ukraine. He met her on a dating site. Now, this dating site isn't really a dating site. It's a pay-to-play site. So you pay money and you get to talk to these women. And that is where he met her. They talked over 7 years. And in those over 7 years, he spent over $100,000 talking to her. Now, he had flown to Ukraine 3 separate times to meet her. And each and every time, Lana had an excuse of why she couldn't meet him. From her brother passing away, to work, to whatever. Now, leading up to this 4th attempt, Lana did tell him, like, when you come, I'll be at the train station, I'll be wearing blue, all this stuff, and get him all amped up yet again. He flies to Ukraine, right? She doesn't show. Shock! I should also add that Lana is not the first Ukrainian woman that he has attempted to date. He's tried to date several. Some of them he said were too shy. Some of them were just not right. But he felt that Lana was the right one for him. Now, when she didn't show up, David decided, you know what? I'm sick of this. This is the 4th time I've been here and she hasn't shown up. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to the city she said she lives in. And I'm going to go to an address that she gave me a few years back. They were going to go on a cruise. And she gave him an address so that he could book her ticket, correct? Well, he's going to go to that address. He's going to show up. So he drives 15 hours because he gets a flat tire, and that takes time. The roads are bad to get from Kyiv to, I forget where she lived, wherever it was he said she lived. He starts walking around the city hoping to run into her, but he doesn't. So you know what he does? He goes to that apartment, and she's not there. Now, after that, he gets a message from her. Finally, she responds on that app, of course, and says, oh, would you still like to meet up for a picture and to start the visa process? Girl, what has he been trying to do? He's been trying to. They plan another meetup. He waits. She doesn't show. So David comes back to America yet again. This time, him and his friend hire a PI who does some investigating. The PI comes back and says, you know, this girl Lana, that's not even her name. She's on a bunch of these sites. She's talking to multiple dudes, using different names, using the same pictures. Like, she's a scammer, bro. And he's like, no. So what does he do? He once again, for the 5th time, goes back to Ukraine to meet this woman. They're supposed to meet, and guess what, guys? Her nephew has a hockey game. She can't show. Hockey's more important. But a couple days later, guess who shows? Lana. And this is when the crowd goes, she's real? And they embrace and they hug and he It's awkward as heck. You can tell this woman is just there because TLC kind of made her show up. Like, this woman does not want to be there. She doesn't. She's talking to other guys. She probably has better prospects to get to the U.S. if that's what she still wants. They go on another date to dinner. It's so awkward. The whole time she's like this. And he's all like, he gives her his little tablet at one point. He's like, we don't need to use the site anymore. We can use this. And she's like, I guess so. Like, sir, that's my bread and butter. I want to use the site. But she doesn't say that. She's like, now they meet up a couple times, and then at the airport, David proposes to her, and she accepts. Apparently, she accepted just because of the show. Now, it's come out after the show aired that Lana was, like, paid to be there. TLC gave her, like, a bunch of stuff to be there, and that's why she showed, which annoys me because I feel like David was pretty authentic. And they played this poor guy. Lana played the crap out of him. And I know that's, like, her job is to do that kind of stuff and, like, you know, get the money, but also talk to the guys and make them feel good. But I think she went overboard and she should have said no. David just seemed like such a sweet soul. He was so quirky. He rode a unicycle. He had a cat named Mothra. Come on. Like, that's my vibe. Oh, and he liked to say, mmm. Now, him and Lana did break up. They didn't make it. And I am still so sad to hear about his passing. I hope that he is just riding the unicycles in the great beyond, petting all the cats, and just having the greatest life. Up in here in my, clicky click, there is a link to donate to the cat shelter because he loves his cats and this is what his family asked for donations for. So if you want to click that, if you feel so led, if you want to help out the kitties, please do so. Anything I make off this video, I'm going to be donating a portion of it to this in memory of David. Oh, and as for Lana, apparently she's a big lie. Like, she can speak English just fine. She was doing like cameos and stuff. Leave your favorite David memory right here. I want to read it. And be kind.